सुभान अल्लाह, सुभान अल्लाह, सुभान अल्लाह। आपको जो है और ज्यादा जिक्र करना और पार्टिसिपेट करने की जरूरत है। बहुत ही शानदार पेशकश, माशाअल्लाह, सुभान अल्लाह, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह।
आप बोलोगे मैं करने तैयार हूँ।
शुक्र मौला, शुक्र मौला। आप ही के जिक्र की हिम्मत से, तायद से ये कलाम आपके सामने पेश है। मौला से मदद मांगते हैं। हेल्प ओ अली अल्लाह, अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। It is difficult to travel, difficult to remain in one place. Ali Allah Madad Farma. You are aware of all the difficulties. Ali Allah Madad Farma. Old age and sickness have weakened me. I am helpless in fulfilling my duties. O Forgiver, you are yourself aware of this. Ali Allah Madad Farma. The carnal soul itself is a devil. It is always opposed to faith. O Allah, you are the compassionate. Ali Allah Madad Farma. O Mola, may this heart incline to you. O Mola, may this heart incline to you. May this soul be your house. May this be your assembly. Ali Allah Madad Farma. I am ashamed of my sins. I am ashamed of my sins. O Mola, let my sighs erase this shame. Let my sighs erase this shame. May there be the prayers of well-wisher. Ali Allah Madad Farma. I remained negligent of the duty of imparting knowledge. I remained negligent of the duty of imparting knowledge. This has been a very great difficulty. Ali Allah Madad Farma. Nasir says, "O friends, indeed there is resurrection now." Nasir says, "O friends, indeed there is resurrection now. Where is the shedding of tears? Where is the Dawoodi zikr? Ali Allah Madad Farma. Ali Allah Madad Farma." सफर मुश्किल हज़र मुश्किल अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। तुझे मालूम हर मुश्किल अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। ज़ईफ़ुल उम्र और बीमार फ़राइज़ में बहुत नाचार। तू खुद दाना है या गफ़्फ़ार। अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। ये नफ्स खुद एक शैतान है, हमेशा ज़िद ईमान है। ये नफ्स खुद एक शैतान है, हमेशा ज़िद ईमान है। इलाही तू ही रहमान है। अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। ये दिल हो दिल हो माइले मौला, ये जान हो मंजिले मौला, यही हो महफिले मौला, अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। मैं नादिम हूँ गुनाहों से, मिटा मौला मेरी आहों से। मैं नादिम हूँ गुनाहों से, मिटा मौला मेरी आहों से। दुआ हो खैर खाहों से, अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। जो तालीम जिनको देनी थी, मैं उससे रह गया गाफिल। जो तालीम जिनको देनी थी, मैं उससे रह गया गाफिल। यही है एक बड़ी मुश्किल, अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। नसीर कहता है यारान, यकीनन अब क़ियामत है। कहाँ है अश्क बरसाना, कहाँ है ज़िक्र दाऊदी। अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा, अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा, अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा, अली अल्लाह मदद फरमा। Ya Maula Meherban, Ya Mushkil Kusha Meherban Maula, we all have gathered here to study this book, Maula. What is soul? Ya Maula, we all are seekers here, Maula, on the journey of seeking, recognizing our soul, Maula. Ya Maula Meherban, accept our niyat in your huzur, Nur Maula. And bless each and every friend, Maula, who is seeking to learn more about soul, Maula. Bless them multiplied times, Maula. Increase them in their curiosity, in their learning, in their desire to learn, Maula. Ya Maula Meherban. Safar mushkil, hazar mushkil, tujhe maloom har mushkil, Ali Allah madad farma. Ya Maula Meherban, Ya Mushkil Kusha, Tawfiq, Ta'id, Himmat wa Yari Maula. तौफीक ताईद हिम्मत व यारी मुश्किल कुशा मेहरबान मौला मदद फरमा मदद फरमा Bismillahirrahmanirrahim Ali Allah madad farma. So today we are gathered here to study this book, and on chapter 5 today is our session number 12, and we are going to do these 3 questions which are interrelated. Part of 100 question we had done earlier, and part of it we'll do it today based on the relationship. So let us start our study. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So the first question we are going to study is question number 97. And question 97 actually mentions the story of Adam's sons. The topic, the title of the question is Heavenly Fire. Hazrat Adam alayhi salam had two sons, Abel and Cain, Hazrat Habil and Qabil. What had happened when the time came that Adam had to select his janasheen, and he says that you need to present your mehmani, your kurbani, your sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice in the name of your Lord? What happens? Hazrat Habil alayhi salam goes to the mountain and keeps a sheep there, whereas Qabil takes some ears of corn, like some vegetable, and he takes it from a field and keeps it there. Both brothers have kept their mehmani in the huzur, and according to the custom of that time, what happens? A flame of fire from heavens descends, and the mehmani of Hazrat Habil alayhi salam is accepted. The fire from the heaven comes and kind of takes, accepts, or burns that sacrifice, meaning that his kurbani, his sacrifice was accepted in Allah's court. So the question is, was this fire the same as material fire and the fire which we know in our world, right? Or was it a different kind of fire? Can there be in spirituality such a holy and miraculous fire? Does this sacrifice have a ta'wil? If so, what is the ta'wil of sheep, and how long did the miracle of this heavenly fire continue? So that's the main question based on this story in the background. Remember, we have now learned very well this principle of misal and mamsul, example and essence. Quran talks about in allegories all the time. And the reference which is being referred in the book is chapter 3, verse 183, which says that they are those who said, indeed, Allah has taken our promise not to believe any messenger until he brings us an offering which fire from heaven will consume. So in other words, what we are saying in relationship to this verse, that fire which was there, heavenly fire, which came to accept Hazrat Habil alayhi salam's kurbani, that was surely not a physical worldly fire. It was the fire which accepted the sacrifice of the righteous, and it was kind of a testimony that the mehmani, the sacrifice which was presented, was with true heart. And what is the proof of that the fire was heavenly fire? This is the verse which is a proof which says that indeed, the people are saying, indeed, Allah has taken our promise not to believe any messenger until he brings us an offering which heavenly fire accepts. So the messenger has to be someone whose sacrifice is being accepted by heavenly fire, meaning spiritual fire. So in other words, what we are learning from this question is that when Adam's two sons had presented their mehmani, they both were different. One presents the sheep, which is meat, right? And second is presenting vegetation. What does these kurbani mean? When we talk of sheep, it's the ta'wil of the sheep is kurbani, sacrifice of the carnal soul. Remember, we have been talking about we being human, we have two directions to go towards the animal soul, becoming an animal or becoming an angel. When Habil presented the mehmani of sheep, actually the ta'wil is that he had presented his own carnal soul. What does that mean, presented carnal soul? He had killed his carnal soul. His Qurbani was the transformation of his carnal soul into Nafse Lawama, the guiding soul. Remember, carnal soul transforms into guiding soul, Nafse Ammara to Nafse Lawama. And that was the Qurbani of Hazrat Habil alayhi salam. In comparison to him, Qabil had presented the Qurbani of the vegetation, meaning that his animal soul, meaning the carnal soul, he was still the slave of the carnal soul. When a Mu'min Salih goes further on the journey and he wants to get close to the Nur, to the light of Allah, the expectation is that the sacrifice is given of your carnal soul, because until the carnal soul is strong in our body, being human, if we are behaving like an animal, we can never become human or even go further. The animal instincts, we are in the slavery of this animal instincts in our being. We look like a human, but we are behaving like an animal. All the characteristics of animals are shown from us, despite of we being in the body of human. So Hazrat Habil alayhi salam's Qurbani was elevated and it was accepted. So the type of sacrifice is explained to us here, and the status of sacrifice, whose Qurbani was being accepted. It was accepted that carnal soul was sacrificed by Hazrat Habil alayhi salam. And this is the proof. When we read in the story of Hazrat Habil alayhi salam that when he put the sheep there, heavenly fire came and burnt that sheep. What does that mean? What is the understanding or proof that it was a heavenly fire? It is through this verse in which people are saying that Allah has taken promise from us, except only that messenger who is able to bring us an offering which fire from heaven will consume. What is that offering? The offering of transforming the carnal soul. Just like when Prophet Muhammad was asked, do you not have shaitan? Where is your shaitan? And what did Prophet Muhammad reply? Oh, he has accepted Islam in my hands. Meaning he had shaitan too. Allah's law is just. Everyone is born with carnal soul. But who becomes elevated, who becomes Mu'min Salih and goes further in the journey? The one who is able to suppress, control, transform that carnal soul. Or in other words, the one who is able to give this sacrifice for his Imam's love. Therefore, this question, heavenly fire, whoever is the moment who will sacrifice the carnal soul, surely that Qurbani is elevated and that Qurbani is accepted in Imam's court. Now, when we talk of this fire, let's take our example, okay? We all are trying to walk on this journey and, get close to Imam's Nur. How does in our life this fire apply? How do we understand that? So the answer would be, if one is doing zikr ibadat, seeking knowledge, always thinking good thoughts, by doing all these, that Mu'min Salik is constantly internally under the pressure of these practices, the pressure of him to perform better, to become better. In other words, there is a constant fire in the heart of a Mu'min Salih. Even if we were to take a simple example, when we talk of checking pulse at night time, Mu'min Salih's habit, eventually the habit Mu'min Salih has is constantly checking pulse, not at night time once in 24 hours. Mu'min Salih checks his pulse all the time. He's constantly watching his own thoughts. That is an example of this constant fire, a burning in the heart of a moment. The way we have learned this zikr, right? Nourished, nourished, the fire of love. That moment's desire is to come close to Mawla. Because of that desire, that moment is doing zikr ibadat, seeking knowledge, thinking good thoughts, not thinking bad about anybody, not judge anybody, be kind, be patient, be loving and caring, all these things. The reason he's doing all these things, so he or she can come close to the Noor of Mawla. And that desire is like a constant burning in the heart of that moment. And if that practice is consistent, constant, what will happen to that moment? Eventually, the carnal soul will be killed, suppressed, and transformed step by step. Heavenly fire is constantly, miraculously on in the heart of that Mu'min Salih. And that sacrifice of every moment, every second, every minute, every hour, we are accumulating all these small, small bits of sacrifices, good thoughts, and then it becomes a good amount, which helps that Mu'min Salik in transforming the carnal soul. Katre, katre sarovar thai, remember that. So that's how we now understand that Mu'min Salik actually burns internally through his riyazat, meaning practices of seeking knowledge, of ibadat, zikr, good deeds. All these helps that Mu'min Salik to kill the animal carnal soul, instincts of an animal within himself or herself, to become a pure Mu'min who is like an angel. So this spiritual miracle of heavenly fire has always been there and it will continue forever. How long did this miracle of heavenly fire will continue? Until humans are there in this world. Until humans do desire to come close to the light of Allah. This fire will be continued. All right. So the next question. The next question is about Malakut, spirituality. And the question says, what does Malakut mean? And which world is this? Is it mentioned in Quran? If so, where and how? We need some essential information in this connection. So the word Malakut has several meanings. The word Malakut is like greatness. It can mean power, predominance, grandeur, magnificent kingdom, sovereignty, rule, the world of angels. Angels and the place of spirit and spirituality. So in other words, if we remember, we have discussed 4 words, 4 alam. Alam-e Nasut, Alam-e Malakut, the world of angels. Alam-e Nasut is actually the world of humans, and then Alam-e Malakut is the world of angels. So let me show you this chart. It will help you. This is from Book of Healing, page 302, and it indicates progress and regress. The first circle here is the animal soul, the carnal soul. And after, if you want to discuss here, we would say mineral soul, vegetative soul, and then comes the animal soul. Okay, this is the carnal soul, the world of animal. The world of animal is there, but the instincts are in humans too. And this is the world of human. So Alam-e Nasut. When we talk of world of humanity, humans have this ability due to their instincts. If they continue to be the slave of their instincts, they look like human, but they are here as animal. We've been understanding that, we've been discussing that, so it's not a difficult concept. But that Mu'min Salik who controls the carnal soul and continues to walk in this direction, what happens to them? They become angel. As Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah has already taught us that we have these two choices. When a Mu'min Salik becomes the angel, living in this physical world, being in dense body, but the characteristic of that Mu'min is of angels. Now, angels are in dense world too, those Mu'min who become angel, and then angels are in subtle world too. Though Malakut, the world of angels, the world of spirituality, the higher realm, whatever you want to call it, these Mu'min Salik, they live here in spirituality, but they are physically present here. Very interesting, right? Because they are living life as angels. So their being is here, the dense body is here, but they are here. And as soon as they are done with, they leave the physical body, they are in Alam-e-Malakut, the world of angels. And when we look at the world of angels, look what is next. Ruhul Quddus, Holy Spirit. And this is the soul of the Imam. So Alam-e-Malakut is not away from the Imam. It indicates to us a ladder of progress. That we being here, we have a choice of going here or going here. What we are trying to understand is this world. We live in this world. We know this world. And we know our struggle of here and there. But this is the world we are seeking. Even though we have the dense body, but this is our desire. This is where we want to be. We want to be angels so we can enter into this world, so we can be close to Imam. This is what we are desiring. So this table is a beautiful table to help us understand it's a ladder. There is a progress and regress. Both are present here. It depends on us as Mormons. What do we choose? What do we decide to do? Now, as the question was that where is it being mentioned in Quran? So it is mentioned in chapter 6, verse 75. How beautiful it would be if you can also open up your Quran and highlight it. So you will remember that, oh, I know this verse from Quran. And for your convenience, I have given you the transliteration so you can keep an eye here and let me practice my Arabic. The chapter 6, Surah Al-An'am, verse 75 says, وَكَذَلِكَ نُرِيَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مَلَكُوتَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَلِيَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُوقِنِينَ. So I have made word malakut bold so you can identify this word. And if you read the translation, it says, thus did we show Ibrahim the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, that he be one of those who have faith with certainty. Let's start with this word, certainty. We have been talking about levels of certainty, knowledge of certainty, eye of certainty, truth of certainty. About Ibrahim, Allah says that he had the faith of certainty. Remember, we have been talking about faith also in Darajat. So when we talk of this verse and we talk of Ibrahim, his faith had elevated. Where? How far? How far did he go? What level was he on? Let's read this verse translation again. Thus did we show Ibrahim the kingdom of the heavens and the earth. Kingdom of the heavens and the earth. He saw higher realms and more. He saw everything. That means, due to this verse, we can tell that Ibrahim actually was after the knowledge of certainty, had the eye of certainty and the truth of certainty. He had elevated all the levels of the certainty to see what is the truth. So here, the kingdom is a malakut. And the next verse in Quran is chapter 7, Surah Al-Araf, verse 185. So I hope you are highlighting it with me. And we will underline the word malakut. So let's keep an eye here so you can be with me. Awlam yanzaru fi malakutis samawati wal ardi wama khalaqallahu min shay'in wa an asaa an yakuna qad qataraba ajlahum fabai hadisum ba'dahu yu'minun. The translation is, do they not look into the realm of the heavens and the earth and everything that Allah has created, and that perhaps their appointed time has come near? So in what statement hereafter will they believe? Do they not look into the realm of the heavens and the earth? Is it visible to us? How can we see? Why does Allah say it like that? क्या लोग उन लोगों ने गौर नहीं किया आसमानों और जमीन के आलम में दूसरी चीजें में जो अल्लाह ने पैदा की हैं? If Allah says, do they not look into the realm, meaning that the potential, the ability has been given to us to be able to see the higher realms. Alame Malakut. How? Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah has taught us that it is up to us to elevate to that realm and to be able to see heavens and the earth, meaning darjat. All the darjat are there for a mu'min and salik to identify through the knowledge of certainty, then the eye of certainty, and then the truth of certainty. And then, very interestingly, it says, do they think that their appointed time will not come? Is it near? Everybody has to go. We all have to go. Hisab kitab hona hi hai. Accounting will happen regardless, no matter whatever our circumstances. Everybody has to go. And when Allah says, do they not look into the realms? Meaning that if the opportunity was given to us, what were we doing? Forgetting about this time which is near. Do they not believe in hereafter? Allah is asking. So here the word malakut is actually talking about the realm of the heavens, the realm malakut. Then the next verse in which malakut is mentioned is chapter 23, verse 88. Chapter 23, verse 88, and it says, Kul man baydihi malakutu kullu shay'in wa huwa yujiru wala yujaru alayhi in kuntum ta'lamun. Again, the word malakut is here, so we are going to highlight the words and underline the word malakut. And the translation is, say in whose hand is the realm of all things. Whose hand? And he protects while none can protect against him, if you should know. Surely Allah is the protector, we know. And in his hand is the realm of all things, malakutu. हर चीज का इख्तियार किसके हाथ में है? जिसके मुकाबले में कोई पनाह नहीं दिया जाता. अगर तुम जानते हो तो बतला दो. If you know, say it. How can one know about it? Only through the knowledge. Then the last verse is 36 by 83. And we do know that 36, the chapter 36 is the heart of the Quran, Surah Yasin. And this is the last verse of Surah Yasin. And it says, فَسُبْحَانَهُ الَّذِي بَيْدِهِ مَلَكُوتُ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ وَإِلَيْهِ تَرْجَعُونَ. So exalted is he in whose hand is the realm of all things, and to him you will be returned. So exalted is he in whose hand is the realm of all things. Malakutu, realm of all things. Kulla shayin is all things. Malakutu, realm. Whose hand we are talking about here? And of course, we will be returned to him. So whose hand is here we are talking about? So these were the 4 verses when the questioner had asked that where the word Malakut is mentioned. So we talked about Hazrat Ibrahim reaching to the level of certainty of eye of certainty, truth of certainty, the highest level. Ilmul Yaqeen, Ainul Yaqeen, and Haqqul Yaqeen. He had reached to the highest level. He had observed the spirituality with his own eyes. Which eyes? Not physical eyes, spiritual eyes, Batni eyes. And he had reached the Marifat, the goal, which was Ainul Yaqeen. Then we studied Surah Araf, verse 185, in which we are learning, do they not look, meaning that we have this capability of having the Batni eyes in our physical lifetime, to be able to see the internal or spiritual things of the heavens and the earth. Though we live in the physical world, but we have this ability to have the Batni eyes. Only the wise people will reflect, pay attention, believe that it is possible. Because if we don't even believe, how can we see it? But the belief has to be at the hereafter too. There's an element that yes, there is accounting. Those who have forgotten that they have to go back to their origin, they will think this physical world is everything and they have to live in this world. But then there is another group who is curious, who is wanting to know more what is in Ruhaniyat. And the reason, it is not that they are only interested, they are looking forward to the meeting of their Lord. And that meeting makes us scared too, that we want to not be going with black face. As Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah has said in his Farman, it is mentioned in Quran that there are people who will have black face and the white faces. Those who do want to go to the huzur of Imam, they want to go with the white faces Imam can be proud of. And that thought, that knowledge, that belief helps them become curious to have this faith and belief that yes, we are able to have that Batni eyes, that we can see the realms of the heaven. All this helps us, gives us hope. One can think of fear too, but I never say we need to ever think of fear. We need to look at this with hope, with firm belief that we have this capacity to be able to look into the higher realm. This is the glad tidings given to us. Those who are interested to go further, those who are in forgetfulness, for them it's fear, not for Momin Salik. Momin Salik lives in the Alam-e-Nasut, in the physical world of humanity. But his or her target, hope, desire is Alam-e-Malkut, to be having this inner eyes, to be able to see the world of spirituality. Now in this verse, very interestingly, we learned about the hand. In whose hand is the realm of all things? So what do we think? Whose hand we are talking about? Surely it is the hand of the Noor-e Mujassam, the light of Allah, which is abstract, nobody can see, nobody can touch, nobody can know. But that light is present in this world of humanity as an embodied light. In the time of Prophet, it is the Prophet who is the embodied light. In the time of Imamat, it is the Imam. So in whose hand is the realm of all things? It is surely the Imam of the time, Imam-e-Mubin. And Surah Yasin says the same thing. So exalted is he in whose hand is the realm of all things. It is the Imam who has all the things within his hand, meaning even the Alam-e-Malakut is in his hands. And that is why him being the merciful Mawla, he guides us that you have this choice. of this direction or that direction. I am here to guide you, Mawla says. I am the doctor of your soul. And he teaches us the Ruhaniyat so we can go further into the Alam-e-Malakut. In the same context of hand of Allah is question number 100, which talks about wisdom of hand of Allah, Yadullah. And this question asks, what is the Tawil of hand of Allah? So Tawil of hand of Allah is divine power, authority, control, disposal to give and to take. And we do know the Imam, who is the embodied Nur, has the complete authority, total authority. The most comprehensive Tawil is the exalted Prophet and the pure Imam, which we just discussed in the slide, for last slide. The meaning of mulk, and in this question it is also asked, other than the hand of Tawil, what does it allude to say that mulk, chapter 60 verse 67 verse 1, what does it allude to say that mulk 67 by 1, malakut 36 by 82, and care 3 by 26 are in the hand of Allah. So the kingdom, the world of malakut, the world of angels, and the care means goodness. All this is in the hand of Allah. Do all things exist in the guarded tablet, or do they exist in the manifest Imam, Imam-e-Mubin? Is not everything encompassed in a book based on this verse? So these three verses, I would say, look into yourself. You do know this verse, وَكُلَّ شَيْءٍ أَحْصَيْنَاهُ فِي إِمَامٍ مُبِينٍ, but write down these two verses and you can look at these references on your own. But the essence, the main objective of this question, what is the Tawil of hand of Allah? And in context of Malakut too, surely the most comprehensive Tawil is the exalted Prophet and the pure Imam. The meaning of mulk, sovereignty, malakut, and care, being in Allah's hand, actually means it is the custody of these holy personalities, the Imam of the time, in today's time. Imam and the Prophet in their time are the supreme angels. They are the higher angels in human form. They are from Alam-e-Malakut, but they are in this physical world with us in Alam-e-Nasut to guide us, to help us, to show us the path, to get to that level where we want to go. So in summary, we studied heavenly fire, in which we have understood why the sacrifice of Hazrat Habil was accepted, because he had transformed his carnal soul. When one does do that, what happens? Automatically they enter into the Alam-e-Malakut, the world of angels. And whose hands is this world of angels, Alam-e-Malakut? In the hands of the supreme angel. And who is that supreme angel? Imam-e-Mubin. Question is, how can we do this? How can we get to this level? To be one with the Imam, to be in Alam-e-Malakut, obedience and love. The difference is potential versus actual. In Quran, when we study, do they not see? Meaning that everybody has this potential to see. Question is, how many in actuality attempts, learns to see? So in conclusion, again, this ladder is given to all of us. Do we want to progress or regress? Both are possible. So I would like to, I'm daring this time, to give you a homework. What does the Mu'min need to do? I just need 3 points, not long sentences, just 3 points. What does a Mu'min need to do to progress? What changes do I see in myself? Just 3 points. Bring it to next class and we will have a discussion. To end my slide, or I end my presentation here, I would like to ask you this question, because in next class we would complete this book, actually finish this book, this journey of studying book What is Soul. And I would like to ask you how these presentations on this book has helped you. Would you like to continue studying another book? If you do, what would be your role in it? And if anyone has any question, please do go ahead. All right.
NIAMAT Ben, I have different question. I usually never used to come into this class. I came today, and when it says obedience and love, તો મારી પાસે આ સવાલ છે કે મોલા બાપાએ કીધું છે કે જો તમે અલી અને પ્રોફેટ મોહમ્મદ ના ઉપર જો તમે પ્યાર રાખશો તો તમને આ દુનિયામાં કોઈ ડર નહીં હોય. Does that apply here? And how, what does he mean by that કે ડર નહીં હોય? How બોલાના અલી અને પ્રોફેટ મોહમ્મદ ઉપર તમારો પ્યાર હશે, ઇશ્ક હશે? I don't understand that.
All right. So the answer is actually very simple. When we love our children, let's take physical example, right? And we all are, most of us, we are older and we probably are parents. So when we are parent and a child is born, if baby is in my hand and I say, my dear baby, I love you. Baby is crying for milk and I don't give it. I don't take any actions to give milk to baby. But I keep saying, oh baby, I love you. I love you. I love you. Child needs cleaning, but I'm not standing up to clean the child, but I love you. Does that love mean anything if I do not follow it with any action? That baby will not survive if I don't stand up and take care of this child. Similarly, I remember example given by Ramzan Maulu. He would give example and he would say that if we were to be follower of Maula, Imam, and we go to physical Jamaat Khana and we say, Salam Sahib, and we listen to Farman, we listen to Dua, we listen to Ginan, and expectations which are given to us as a moment to follow. I don't follow anything, but every morning and evening I'm in Jamaat Khana. Salam Sahib, Salam Sahib. Does it mean anything? So to have pyar on Imam and the Prophet is to actually be farman bardar. Keep the fear, and the way, that's why I just explained. The Mu'min Salik who starts learning this knowledge will know the importance of standing up and acting, not just sitting wherever we are very comfortable in our habits. Oh, I don't miss Jamaat Khana morning and evening. Is that enough? Oh, I give my dason. Is that enough? The physical rituals are physical, but then there is a level of spirituality, then there is a level of intellectuality. Our being is at 3 levels. So when I say love and obedience, it's a very broad term. And what you said, it's different words, but meaning is the same thing. That a Mu'min Salik who has the love in the heart, his heart or her heart for Imam, will follow it up with actions. Actions of what? Obedience. Then there will be fear. Fear of what? Oh, when I go to that world, my time comes, I want to be with my Imam, my beloved. I do not want to be separate from my Imam. Because that moment through knowledge knows that he or she has to go in Maula's Darbar. But I want to go with Kamai so I can be with Maula and not far, far, far away from Maula. Versus a person who has forgotten that there is akhirah. This dunya is everything for that person. They don't even know that they are living the life of an animal. So I hope that I have answered your question. I see another question here, which says, angels are not equal to God. So why Imams are supreme angels? Imam are the manifestation of Allah's name. Very good question. Remember, when we are learning, we have to learn in darjat. And I will give you a logical answer and you'll understand it, what you're asking me. Why do you think Imam's title is Amirul Mu'minin? He's the king of the kings. He's the Lord. He's the Allah. Ali Allah, I say it. Why would Imam say my title is Amir al-Mu'minin? Which means I am the chief, I am the commander of Mu'minin. We know how sinful we are, right? I started this class, I confessed in front of you that Mawla, I am sinful. If we are sinful and we want to become Mu'min and we are trying to be behind Imam, who is the Sardar of the Mu'minin, why did Mawla, who is the embodied light, had to have that title? It is the mercy of the Imam to help us, to give us hope. Follow me. I am in this Alam-e-Nasut just like you, a human. I have family too, I have life too, I have body pains too. All the difficulties of the life you face in this physical world, I am facing with you. To give us hope, desire to be able to not connect with the limitations of the physical body, but go beyond and realize the power of our soul, which has the ability to be able to see the higher realms. So I hope you understand my answer. All right. And then there's another question. Why does human beings stay in between or keep going back and forth in state of animality and angelicity? Okay. So being animal and being angel, back and forth, back and forth. It comes with practice. It comes with knowledge. Without knowledge, it is very hard to even identify when do we become ignorant. It is only through knowledge one can know where and how they are sinning. So whenever we become animalistic, the main reason is that we are away from knowledge. One can go to Jamaat Khana, one can do ibadat and have the animal soul full power alive in their being. One can do zikr from the tongue and have this animal soul constantly thinking here and there. It is only and only through knowledge one will be able to identify what is this animal soul and how do I become a warrior to fight with it, to conquer it, and to enter into the Alam-e-Malakut by becoming an angel. You all know, Sadhguru kahe re, piyu piyu to sab jo kare, par piyu na paave koi. Mukh japanta jo piyu mile to sir saata na hoy. Thank you, Mundira. Yes, piyu piyu to sab jo kare, par piyu na paave koi. Mukh japanta jo piyu mile to sir saata na hoy. Sir saata, to sacrifice the carnal soul, to kurban our sar, meaning that that animal soul is gone, suppressed, transformed from our being. Okay, this is not related to our class. It is not at all related. So what happens, my dear friend, that there are darjat in classes too, okay? That is why I don't like to go into higher level question, because here at this level, we are hoping to strengthen our foundation, make our basic concepts very strong. Shukran lillah walhamdulillah. And I see a suggestion here that we should have a session only on question and answer. And we can go back and see what questions, we understood or not. Actually, that's what I'm hoping, that if you were to review what you have learned in the past, and I would like those questions to be submitted in advance, because I don't want to have any slip of tongue. So when I know the question, I can answer to you in a better way. If you give me questions beforehand, I do not mind. We can discuss it. I've been welcoming any and every question. Please do share your questions and we can discuss that. There is a group of people who are consistent, who've been coming. And then there are a group of people, they're irregular. Sometimes they come, they don't come. So I'm not sure how much I'm contributing as a humble servant of Imam and Jamaat. I would like to know how I am contributing. Am I helping you? I don't want praises, but I truly want to see what changes do you see just because you've been attending these classes. what terminologies you understand, what have you learned. If you give me something concrete, that will become my fuel to continue to go on. I'm human, I'm very weak human. I don't hide that. All right. Any comment, any question?
याली मदद भाई माँ,
लाली मदद मेरी जान जी।
ये अब जो क्वेश्चन दिए कि आपके अंदर क्या चेंजेस आए, तो वो हमको नेक्स्ट क्लास में बोलना है कि अभी भी बोल सकते हैं?
नेक्स्ट क्लास में मेरी जान, अभी तो 9:30 बज गए, कुछ लोगों के 10:30 बज गए, ठीक है
ठीक
ना?
है भाई,
तो
यस
प्रिपेयर करके आए तो क्या होगा, हम लंबा लंबा नहीं बोले, हम लिख कर आए तो ब्रीफ हो,
राइट,
तो ज्यादा लोगों को चांस मिले। थोड़ी देर मैं क्लास लूंगी, प्रेजेंटेशन करूंगी थोड़ी देर, इसके बाद ज्यादा वक्त हम सब बात करेंगे। तो हम एक बहुत ऑर्गेनाइज तरीके से जाएंगे, जैसे कैसे हम जिक्र में जाते हैं कि आप नाम डाल दो, नेक्स्ट आप बोलने वाले हो, ताकि we listen to each other and we go in an organized way, and I come to know that yes, we are committed and we need to go on further. Okay.
ओके, थैंक यू याली मदद भाई माँ।
Thank you. Anyone else? Any other comment? Yali Madad Parveen, Yali Madad. All right, then Chitti kare.
Yali Madad, thank you so much.
Yali
Yali
Madad.
Please
Madad,
continue.
thank you, Yali
Shukar,
Madad.
alhamdulillah. Thank you so much.
Shukar, bhai ma shukar.
Ali
Thank you
Allah
so much.
always bless you and Nevin
Amen,
also.
amen. And Nevin Appa also, thank you. She has done a great deal of work.
Shukr Mola. Yeah, without her we cannot go on, right? Okay, Yali Madad.
स्पेशल
Yali Madad.
यानी
बहुत
मदद,
help
thank you
करता
so much.
बहुत ही
शुक्र
ज्यादा।
मौला.
Shukr Mola. Yali Madad.
Yali Madad, Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.